Let's move on to battle number 5 of this week. The first team leader being the San Agus crew, led by Javleed, playing for the Juega Terapia. I so hope I say that right. My Spanish is so bad. Currently in 16th place at 0-5, looking to get their first week. This first win this week. Oh my gosh. The Ohimons of this team being the Aegislash at 3-5 and the Saraleg at 0-3. Two strong mons that just haven't unfortunately been able to do too much here. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Mons of this team being the Obstagoon and the Toxtricity, each at 0-2, with the Aryumons and Togekiss being at 0-2 as well. The Altaria not showing its face yet, and the Frostlass at 0-3. The Enumons of this team being the Spiritomb at 2-2, the Toxicroak at 0-2, and the Medicham at 2-3. With the Piyumons of this team being the Galarian Rapidash at 0-2, Luxray at 0-1, Bastiodon at 1-3, and the Electivire. I don't think Electivire has shown up yet, actually. It's a really good Pokemon, so I'm kind of surprised. Better study first and game second. That's what I have been doing, but I need to focus on this league as well because this is important to me. Their opponents for this week: the Mythical Mermaids, led by Mizuzuta, playing for the Humane Society of Tampa Bay, currently in 12th place at 2-3, but looking to even out that record this week. We see the OU Mons of this team with the Dragapult at 3-3 and the Great Tusk at 0-2. The Yu Mons of this team being that Mimikyu at 2-3 and the Noivern at 2-4. Mimikyu, unfortunately, not living up to its potential, but it's just been getting predicted, unfortunately. Mimikyu is such a good mon, just hasn't been able to show off how good it is. The Aryumons of this team being the Cloyster that's leading the charge, leading the team in knockouts, I should say, at 5-2, with the Roserade and the Miss Magius each at 0-1. The Enumons of this team being the Vaporeon and the Snorlax at 0-2, with the Hitmontop at 1-2, and the Piyumons of this team being the Leafeon at 3-3, the Vikavolt and Claydol each at 0-1, and the Rotom Frost. I don't know what I just said. The Rotom Frost not showing his face yet. But let's show the starting lineups of these two teams. The San Agus crew bringing the Electivire for the first time and the Altaria for the first time as well. Two brand new Pokemon here. We also see the Obstagoon, the Galarian Rapidash, the Saraleg, and the Medicham. Why is Saraleg just staring at you? He's like turned around like staring at you like, hey, I know what you did. I don't know. But we see the Mythical Mermaids with the Dragalge, the Mimikyu, the Hitmontop, the Great Tusk, the Rotom, Mr. Frigge showing his face for the first time, and the Noivern coming back. The two speedy, fast Dragon Boys, pretty scary here. I'm excited to see what this team can do with the Electivire and the Altaria, though. Looking at the camera like in the office. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get into this battle and see the starting lineups of these two teams. The San Agus crew leading with the Electivire, and the Mythical Mermaids leading with that Mimikyu. Mimikyu immediately switching out into Great Tusk. There have been no nicknames so far, and I'm sad. The Earthquake, though, connecting, not doing too much damage to this Great Tusk, though, with a Psychic outspeeding and nearly taking down the Great Tusk, with a Stealth Rock being set up from the Elephant Man himself. The swap into the Mimikyu, though, with an Earthquake breaking the disguise of this Mimikyu. The player of connecting, not nearly taking down the Electivire, though, and the Rocky Helmet and Life Orb chip damage coming through with a Discharge. A Discharge doesn't take down the Mimikyu, though. Mimikyu going for a Shadow Sneak to finish off this Electivire, but the Rocky Helmet and Life Orb damage will take down this Mimikyu, an even one-for-one trade. Dragapult then comes in, with the Galarian Rapidash switching in, taking a little bit of chip damage from those Stealth Rocks, with a Shadow Ball one-shotting this Rapidash. Obstagoon then switches in. The immediate switch from the Dragapult into the Hitmontop, with the Obstagoon going for a rest, interestingly. Obstagoon staying asleep, though. He does go for a Sleep Talk. But Sleep Talk goes into rest, which of course fails, with a close combat coming through from the Hitmontop, taking down the Obstagoon in just one hit. The Medicham then comes in Jackie Punch. He goes for the focus, but the Bullet Punch is going to break the focus from this Medicham. Another Bullet Punch comes through, doesn't quite take it down, with the Medicham going for the Psycho Cut, able to one-shot this Hitmontop right back. Dragapult then comes back in to replace the Hitmontop with the Shadow Ball outspeeding and taking down the Medicham. With Altaria coming in to replace it. The immediate switch into the Rotom Frost from the Dragapult though, with the Moonblast connecting, the Rotom Frost being surprisingly chonky with the trick coming through from the Rotom, giving the Choice Scarf to this Altaria with an Earthquake. Of course, Rotom being immune to Earthquake from its Levitate ability, switches out into the Cerulege. And the Blizzard connects somehow with no... anyway, the Volt Switch coming through from the Rotom into that Noivern. And the Bitter Blade coming through, doing a little bit of healing, but not enough. The Dark Pulse connecting the Cerulege, taking it down, leaving just this Altaria to fare against the rest of this team. The Heavy Duty Boots have been tricked off of this Altaria though, so it's going to take the chip damage. And the Draco Meteor connects and takes down the Altaria, leaving the Mythical Mermaids as the winners of this battle this week.